It's the one patron they try very hard to keep out. That's what owners of Boston's House of Blues said about the drug Molly at a City Hall hearing today. The club defended itself after 19-year-old Brittany Flanagan fatally overdosed on the drug during a concert last week.
It's very, very difficult to determine whether somebody has a tiny pill or a packet of powder on their person, especially if it's in a bra or in underwear or some such thing. So it's we're as vigilant as can be, but it's very, very difficult to stop.
Flanagan's death is the latest attributed to Molly, a purified form of MDMA or ecstasy, a drug long associated with techno music and raves. At this weekend's Electric Zoo Music Festival in New York, 2 concertgoers died from the drug. Experts say Molly's purity makes it deadly.
Molly goes to another level as far as potency is concerned. It makes it extremely dangerous to the body because with MDMA, the body creates heat, and the more the body overheats, especially in these environments that are so hot to begin with, it can create death, heart attack. The body just fries.
Flanagan was about to start her sophomore year at Plymouth State University. Why she took such a dangerous drug remains unknown. But according to one former user, it's widely available at nightclubs.
It's just insane, like the amount of ecstasy and Molly that's going around the space. That it's insane. It's like everybody's doing it.
All right, so here to help us understand why Molly has become such a drug of choice, Woody Giessmann. He's the former drummer for the band Del Fuegos and the founder of the Addiction Recovery Center Right Turn. And Chris Faraone is a contributing editor to Dig Boston. Welcome. Woody, you said you're very familiar with this. I've known about ecstasy and Special K and those kinds of drugs. This is a first for me. What is it about the combination of techno music and this drug that makes it so alluring?
Well, Emily, it's interesting that it's called Molly, but this is a new name for a drug that's been around for quite some time. And it's a drug that enhances music. It has this kind of a very strong drug effect, and is something very appealing to young people. It helps them. It helps them experience the music in a way that really makes people suspicious and curious.
Really? And I heard it's very social. It makes you interact, but you can also bring on hallucinations.
Well, there are many properties to MDMA or Molly or ecstasy that enhance all of your senses.
Have you tried it?
You're going to put me on the spot, aren't you?
I mean, I've confessed here.
Well, here's the thing.
Social habits in the past.
And Emily, I appreciate that. And as someone with long-term recovery, my first encounter with this drug was back in the 1980s when they called it Adam or Eve. This was before it was actually identified as and classified as an illicit substance.
Chris, one of the things about this is the House of Blues was very forthcoming today, and so was the police Deputy Superintendent Evans, saying that House of Blues have been extremely cooperative, that whenever a band comes into town that they think could be a problem for them, they call them, they put them on alert. And as the attorney for House of Blues said, you're not going to be able to stop somebody from bringing something in an intimate part of their body. I mean, I guess my point is, should the House of Blues be paying for this?
Well, I don't believe so, and he didn't even go as far as to say that they certainly can't stop it if somebody's ingested it, which is the case, and that's how it's taken a lot. Like you said, it's been around. I'm from the first ecstasy generation, if you will. I've taken the drug several times. That's the early '90s. Mostly ecstasy came in pills. In the early '90s, they were pretty pure. The MDMA was pretty pure. Like everything else, they get watered down, they turn crappy, they start giving people bad trips. And the popularity faded. And now the pure form, pure MDMA, it looks like crystals, is popular. You get a hit for $20, $30 a gram, street value anywhere from $50 to $100.
Have you tried that?
I've done that, and usually ingest that. It's a euphoric feeling. It's a body high for the most part. It's not a hallucinogen like LSD or peyote or mushrooms per se, like psilocybin. But one thing that is dangerous is for sure is that, you know, back in my day, I'm only 33, but still, when I was in high school, you know, they were pills, and they were stamped usually with something common. Mitsubishi was a big pill, had a Mitsubishi symbol. It would be, you know, you name it, Levi's ones. So if there was a bad batch going around, people say, you know, watch out for the Batman ones. And, you know, it sounds, as silly as it sounds, it could be saving. Now we're literally talking about, you know, just this powder. It's not powder as much as crystal, really. And the other thing is, we don't know that these were all Molly deaths. The stuff is not pure, all that's out there. People don't know who they're buying it from, what they're buying. A lot of times it can be meth. We've seen bath salts be passed off, so it could be anything.
This conversation is blowing my mind, if you want to know the truth, because it's like, you're in a world that these people travel in, and they're willing to take that kind of risk. Your efforts are kind of saying, wait a second, it's not worth it.
Well, yeah, and let's be clear. This is a drug that's manufactured in a basement, and it's not regulated.
Who makes it?
Now, some people might find certain medications like opiates, like you know, OxyContin or Percocet, that is a medication prescribed that ends up on the street as a street drug. But this is a drug that is manufactured in the basement.
Who does make it?
Much like someone who manufactures methamphetamine, it's people who understand the science of this drug, and it's people who are looking to make money.
A lot of it comes over from over the border, from the north and the south as well. But the thing I'd add is that, OxyContin may not be illegal, but it's, you know, we have roughly 40,000 heroin addicts in treatment in Massachusetts at any given time. You know, it's horrible what happened to these kids, but it's not the problem. We have an opiate epidemic. It's still going on. It's strong. It's especially hitting the South Shore right now. So, you know, this is an issue. But if you really, you know, you said something about protecting kids out there. You want to protect your kids. Scare them about opiates. It's Massachusetts, the greater Boston area, actually, eastern Massachusetts, last year had more emergency room check-ins from illegal drugs than any other major metropolitan area.
You know,
in the
Chris
country.
raises a good point, and I would say to parents, please talk to your children. And we know that parents that have this conversation with their children on the average of twice a year at a minimum will help prevent or postpone that first exposure to substance use.
Chris just made a commercial for it, though.
Well, no, not at all. And I'll tell you, if this should be a learning experience, and I appreciate you having me on. This should be a learning experience for the media too. If I tell you the number of straight up wrong reporting, CBS News in the headline, new drug, not a new drug, actually had its 100th anniversary, MDMA, last year, literally. I won't mention the local newspaper that said that one of the young people in New York, the third person may have actually overdosed on a hallucinogen. That is one in millions and millions of chance. It just doesn't happen. So I think that really, you wouldn't have a high school or a college student covering Wall Street, but we literally have people who don't know anything about drugs.
We're trying to learn.
Spreading bad information.
We're trying to learn.
So,
That's why I'm having you here.
And we hope to help people learn more about this
All right.
drug.
Chris Faraone and Woody Giessmann, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.